The Galactic Concord Hall was never a place of peace, despite its name. Built at the center of the Milky Spiral, suspended above a swirling nebula of blue and gold, the hall housed rulers who shaped the lives of trillions. Its ceiling soared high enough to hold entire floating ecosystems, its walls carved from star-forged alloys older than recorded history. Every seat carried the weight of an empire. Every echo carried the memory of wars fought and alliances broken. Yet on this day, something felt different. Something beneath the usual noise. A low hum of tension. A sense that the air itself sensed what the delegates could not. For the first time in centuries, the galaxy was about to be reminded of a species it had long forgotten. The meeting began, as it always did. Arguments, accusations, and power plays. Delegates from the Kavar Dominion argued for more borders. The Sithari clans demanded tariffs be lowered. The Arcelian hives clicked angrily about migration routes. Billions of credits were debated. Treaties rewritten. Empires clashed without drawing a single weapon. Not one of them ever mentioned humanity. Humans were barely recognized outside their cluster. A young species, underfunded, underpowered, and often ignored. Their worlds sat along neglected borders, and they lacked the influence to demand attention. The Conquered classified them as non-strategic, a polite way of saying not worth the trouble. But the universe has a way of punishing arrogance. It began subtly, just a flicker, a shimmer across one holographic map, a tiny distortion in one sensor reading. Delegates barely noticed until the flicker repeated, then spread, then consumed everything. Every projection snapped out, every light dimmed, every communications link went silent. Gravity itself trembled in the hall. For exactly 0.5 seconds, the galaxy ceased to exist. When the system surged back online, the chamber drowned in gasps. Outside the transparent hull of the Concord, floating in the vacuum like a scar carved into space, was something colossal, something unnatural, something no species had ever built or even imagined. A ship, if it could be called that. It dwarfed every known supercarrier, every station, every dreadnought. Its hull was obsidian black, broken only by web-like fractures glowing deep red like magma veins under cracked volcanic stone. It had no registration, no engines visible, no thermal output, no ID codes. It looked alive. Delegates rose from their seats as one. What empire claims this? No scan. Impossible. Why does the system read nothing? Not even mass. Scientists scrambled to consoles. Defense systems automatically armed, locking on to the unknown object with precision that bordered on desperation. Massive turrets rotated. Anti-capital shields flared to life. Entire border fleets came online. But even the defense grid seemed to shudder, its power flickering under the sheer presence of the vessel. The lead scientist activated the hall's supreme sensor array, a network capable of analyzing singularities. The scan touched the vessel and vanished, swallowed whole. No readings, no feedback, not even static. Then, the entire sensor deck exploded in sparks. Systems collapsed, power conduits overloaded. Even the station's artificial gravity faltered for a heartbeat. A single whisper broke the silence. This thing bends physics. Outside, the giant remained still, watching. The Concorde quickly deployed reconnaissance probes, small, fast, bristling with sensors. They darted toward the silent black giant. The first probe got within 10 kilometers before its hull glowed red, then vaporized in a silent burst of dust. The second probe collapsed mid-flight, folding in on itself like crushed paper. The third never transmitted at all. Delegates panicked. For the first time in generations, the mighty hall trembled in fear. And then, every channel lit up. A transmission pierced through encrypted systems as if they didn't exist. A voice, human, calm, deep, controlled. Humanity requests passage. The entire chamber froze. Every species capable of fear felt it then. Humans, the insignificant, the ignored, their colonies barely lit up star maps, their fleets could barely defend themselves. Yet this monstrosity in front of them belong to them? Before anyone could recover, the dreadnought shifted, slowly, smoothly, gracefully. A ship this size should not move like that, should not move at all. Its colossal front structure turned, revealing an enormous cannon-like formation, more like an ancient titan's single unblinking eye. It didn't charge, didn't threaten, it simply opened, and the delegates felt smaller than they ever had in their lives. A hologram appeared above the chamber, uninvited yet flawlessly integrated into the hall's systems. The images were undeniable. Human worlds burning, cities collapsing, families fleeing through flame-lit streets, colonies shattered by orbital bombardment. The rogue empire responsible stood silent in their section, unable to meet their peers' eyes. The human voice returned, heavy not with anger, but with grief. We asked for help. We asked for justice. The conquered ignored us. The hall fell wordless. The hologram shifted again. Children crying under emergency shelters. Entire continents abandoned. Refugee fleets drifting through the dark with flickering life support. The suffering was raw, human, and impossible to dismiss. We sought peace, the voice said, but peace was denied. The dreadnought's glowing cracks intensified, pulsing like a wounded heart trying to stay alive. So, we built our own. The conquered supreme leader stood, trying to speak, but the dreadnought moved again, turning, aiming its colossal cannon away from the hall toward the emptiness of space. A warning appeared on every screen. Demonstration only, remain calm. No one remained calm. The cannon lit with a soft red ember. The ember deepened to crimson. Crimson surged to molten gold. Gold collapsed into darkness, an inverted glow, as if space itself were being drawn in. Temperature sensors spiked. Shields rose involuntarily. Delegates clutched their seats. Then the cannon fired. The universe split open. A tear in reality tore across thousands of kilometers. A dead star, caught within, the tear disintegrated instantly, breaking apart like sand swept into a tide. The tear closed with a thunderous silence that shook the chamber more violently than sound ever could. When the dreadnought powered down again, the hall was shaking. Delegates trembled. Empires reconsidered everything. The human voice returned, gentle as falling dust. We do not want war. We want safety. Silence thickened until it felt like a physical force. Then came the sentence that shattered the galaxy's ego. This vessel is one of four. A hologram of four titanic silhouettes appeared, each positioned at different sectors of the galaxy. No coordinates, no details, just a silent reminder. Humanity had prepared for this. Humanity had anticipated betrayal. Humanity had built guardians. The rogue empire's representatives collapsed, unable to stand under the weight of the truth. They had attacked a species that had built weapons capable of erasing stars. And yet, the dreadnought did nothing to them. No charges, no threats. Only those same slow, pulsing red fractures. The human voice lowered. We do not seek revenge. We seek an end. The rogue empire surrendered instantly, voluntarily. The supreme leader of the conquered rose, shaking. Humanity, from this moment forward, no empire will harm you again. This is our law. Every delegate bowed their head, some in respect, some in fear, some in shame. So deep, it carved itself into memory. The dreadnought's cracks dimmed to a soft ember. Humanity accepts. Let this be peace. Then the ship began to fade. Its wings dissolved into darkness. Its core shimmered like dying starlight. Its fractures flickered, fading like cooling embers. A portal of swirling red energy unfolded behind it. The dreadnought drifted forward with the confidence of a god and the silence of a ghost. It crossed the threshold, vanishing piece by piece. Just before it disappeared entirely, its final message echoed across the galaxy. Soft, solemn, eternal. If peace breaks, we will return. And then it was gone, leaving nothing but silence. A silence that was no longer empty. A silence filled with the realization that humanity, once ignored, once underestimated, had become something else. Not conquerors, not tyrants, but the silent guardians of a galaxy that had failed them. And this time, nothing would make them kneel again.